You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. And my feet have come too far for you to tie 'em to the ground. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going at. Ain't turning back around. You can't stop me.
Well, good evening and welcome to Psychic Coffee Shop. I'm Aeson Knight. Of course, with me in my co-host seat is the Empire Builder himself, Mr. Joe. Techy Joe, how are you, darling?
Doing well, doing well. How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm flying high, but I normally fly high. What's up?
Oh, just the usual.
Yeah,
Day in paradise, building websites.
exactly. The Empire Builder himself. Actually, your business and my business made the news. So a lot of people don't understand what I do other than the psychic side. I actually manage social media platforms and social media people. And a really interesting article came out about psychic readers who do not have a social platform. A giant warning about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so apparently no-show social media psychics are a thing. Basically, well, and here's the thing that talk about a 21st century phenomenon. Is can you really trust a business that doesn't have a social footprint?
Right.
As in, I mean, okay, there are people who, granted, try.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a little bit of a social presence.
Right.
At least YouTube and Facebook, they're trying. They're out there, they're trying. But then you have the problem of people who are just not there.
No way.
They just don't exist.
Right.
Don't have anything. And hey Devin, hey Brenda, hi Shannon.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a weird thing, but now here in West Virginia, it's a little more common. We see a lot of it, not just with psychics, but in businesses in general.
Right.
Trying to find somewhere to eat here that isn't a chain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, social media doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait for someone to tell you that your most favoritist hot dog place exists. Seriously.
I mean, you have to find it by person. I mean, my new favorite hot dog place is this little tiny gas station on the way to Lewisburg. If you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't know that it was there.
Yeah.
Biggest freaking hot dogs I've ever seen. Tastiest hot dogs I've ever seen. And, of course, they have my favorite type of chili that was developed up here in the mountains.
Yeah. So, great place, but who knows about it?
Right.
If you don't live in the community, if you don't know anyone in the community, you will not find it. Except by a total fluke of an accident.
Mm-hmm.
If you, at the weirdest point on the interstate, break down, you might.
Mm-hmm.
You might get there.
Right.
But it's still random.
Right. Very much so. But at the same time, this is a move into our industry, and it calls out a lot of things that goes on in our industry. And that being, scammers. We get them in here all the time. That's why I have the wand of bibbidi bobbidi
banish.
Exactly.
Yes, and we will do it often. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Shannon.
Yes. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Shannon. So, I find it interesting. This is something I've preached for years. This is, once again, when Aeson is proven right, when he was in actually, Aeson Knight had a MySpace.
Ooh.
Yeah, there is an Aeson Knight MySpace out there. And, of course, I go everyone else.
Oh, hell, I got to find that. Hold on, guys. We're going to go back in the Wayback Machine.
Go for the Wayback Machine.
Oh my God. There's a MySpace.
Uh-huh.
What? Oh, this is going to be priceless. I know it. I mean, we'll go find me if I'm still anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm searching. This does not seem to be going well.
Um,
No, I don't want to find music. What? Oh my god.
Lady Gwen.
Aeson Knight MySpace.
Yeah. But no, social media has become the deciding factor. And this is why it's important for psychics to have a social media platform. I'm everywhere. Google Aeson Knight. You will find me everywhere. When I'm coaching other ones, it's always, you need to be everywhere. Medium, Facebook, blogs, everything else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, well, it still exists.
Yeah.
You're still connected to 92 people, and 889 are connected to you.
Okay.
But yeah, there's like no post, nothing. It's like dead.
Okay, send it to private chat and I'll see what, because I had cool backgrounds. I had.
Well, you still have your cool background.
Do I still have my cool music?
No, like almost nothing's loading. Like that's where it's at. It's like, no, it died. Most of them have.
Right.
Like a lot of things have changed.
Yep.
In the intervening time. But no, I hadn't even thought like, oh God. Wow. So I sent it to you in private.
Okay.
But yeah, I hadn't even thought about that in forever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's like nothing there. I'm
trying to let my top 8 show up and see who shows up. Another old psychic. Another old psychic. That one, White Knight, was a hacker friend of mine. Aeson Design is the other design business I have.
Oh, see, I'm struggling to even find mine.
Oh, I've got to go in here and download pictures because there's pictures of Daddy.
Like, I'm sitting here trying to figure out. Like, wow, like, talk about Wayback Machines, guys. Let me tell you. Yeah, it's like still a thing, sort of. Like it's sort of dead.
Yeah.
It's mostly dead. It's just not quite dead. Meanwhile, I've got to find apparently every Joseph Arrington that is not me. Because this is like doing a search of my name, literal.
God, this picture is so bad.
Oh, wow.
All right, but I will try. Okay.
Oh, are we sharing? Yeah, it's totally an internet dinosaur. Like, oh, this is like the Wayback Machine of Wayback Machines. Like, it's just so bad.
All right, let me see if I can even get this to share properly.
Let me see what I'm trying to figure out which screen name mine was under. Oh, it wasn't that one. Oh, it couldn't be.
Okay, can you guys see this picture, or am I just wasting your time?
Oh no, we see it.
Yeah.
It's tiny, but we see it.
That I want that shirt back because that shirt had it was one of the first logo designs I had. It was the 2 aces and it said Aeson Knight at the bottom.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. So social
right.
media is the new determining factor. So if you're looking for another psychic other than me, this is the importance to go check out who I've linked to. Lady Gwen's Healing Light. Just got her up and running. I've actually recently started networking and building my psychics together. That I trust again. Because I get it. Sometimes you know me too well, and I will refer you out to psychics I trust. But there's going to be a live stream about that. But it's also interesting. This article came out, and it's like your number one factor for determining if a psychic is real is to check and see if they have a social media platform. What?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah.
And it's also it's useful to see who they're connected with. It's useful to see what kind of elements they're getting into.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great way to preview people and get an idea of hey, is this person even worth my time?
Right.
And I think we're all doing it now. The
Right.
fact that so many people keep running this idea that they're gonna have a independent business,
Mm-hmm.
because it's what it is.
Yeah.
If you're a psychic that's not in business, you're not. I'm sorry, I hate to argue, but you're not a psychic. You're not in business. You're just a person with a deck of cards.
You're a hobby reader. There is a difference between a professional psychic and a hobby reader.
Mm-hmm.
A hobby reader does this for a hobby.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong
with that. You want to go work events, that's cool.
Yeah, you want to do events, you want to do whatever. But if this is your profession, you got to get out into social media. And it's like people really get on my last nerve when I tell them they need, and they don't understand that, no, they cannot be called Madame Verkowski or, they need a name that they can sign a check to. They need a name that is their name. You don't look at Dolly Parton and call her Rebecca.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a good life plan.
I love using you as an example, honey. Lady Gwen. Lady Gwen has worked her ass off. I wasn't linking up to her until she put some work in. And she has put some work in. She has gotten some training behind her ass. She went and got access bars. She went and got this other healing modality. She's worked her butt off learning the cards and doing good and taking my courses.
She is kicking butt and taking names.
Exactly.
She can slay.
Professional reader. The only problems I have with Lady Gwen is I have to kick her butt and go, no, $1 per card, lady. You are worth that much.
You are worth it.
Yeah.
Hear the words. Record this episode and let this ASMR moment be with you.
Exactly.
You are worth it.
She has done amazing. I pop on to TikTok today because I got a notification over there, which I'm coming back to TikTok. I've got longer video time. I just have to do laundry. So that I can go in there and sit down and do the videos. For you guys, they will be coming back. They are going to be longer than a minute because I got my 3-minute option. Yay. But I go pop over because I get a notification that Gwen is doing something, and I'll pop in. Girl is up there running a live stream all by herself.
And rocking it. Yeah. You were just awesome.
Yeah. So you guys need to go check out Gwen because she has the ability to go live because she's gotten followers over on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, please feel free to follow me. Aeson Knight, you're going to get apparently some witchy stuff because apparently there's a lot of questions about what I do in my craft and why my craft doesn't look like everything out of the 101 books. Here's the exact reason. I'm a ROM witch. I don't play games.
Yeah. He doesn't really do witch talk. Not baby witch talk. Those people are crazy.
Yeah.
There's apparently witch talk, and then there's this subgroup on witch talk that's are y'all nuts?
There's some witches over there that are pretty damn good. There's some witches over there that I wouldn't even allow to stir my candle wax.
And then there are some that are there are splinters in the windmill of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Someone done blown out your pilot light.
Are you in there?
Basically. So, yeah.
Ooh. Hecate's a goddess she don't play with. She is not a I'm a child. She's like, you are an adult. You show the hell up. You want my keys? You want to open to my 7 gates and doors? You got to work your shit to get there.
There you go. But yeah, there are some obnoxious ones. He's shown me stuff. Like I've thankfully my TikTok account has not made it. Like I'm still hanging out over here in Gay Talk. Yeah. I'm over here with that. I'm good. I'm good. Apparently I have somehow. Okay, I do like a train wreck, though. I do have to point out I am stuck a little bit over in Narcissistic X TikTok land because I like a train wreck. Like, I cannot look away. Like, some girl starts going off about her ex and all the bullshit he did. And, I will not watch Lifetime movies because I already know the story. But I will sit there and watch some TikTok, like, throwdown.
Mm-hmm. Well, and here's the thing. And, and Devin will laugh at this, too, because he laughs about, and because he agreed with Hecate. I love watching little TikTokers coming there and saying, I'm a daughter of the Morrigan. And I'm like, oh, honey. One, I'm son of the Morrigan. And I'm looking at you. She gonna eat you. She gonna eat you live. And within a month, their TikToks stop. But here's
see, now I miss drag queen transformations on TikTok. I'm on the wrong side of Gay Talk.
Oh, no, yeah, you are. You got to come over with me. And, of course, we found one that we thought, I didn't think she was still living, but apparently someone used all his high-speed data and doing TikTok.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he has capped out on high-speed data for the month. You renew on what, the 25th?
Yes.
Yeah, it is the 6th. He is 11 days into this month. He has trashed his data 1 gig a day.
I will probably be upgrading my data. But anyhow, how many of y'all remember the grandma baking a cake for her vegetarian, vegan grandson?
Yes.
She is now on TikTok. Aeson TikTok is stuck on her.
Which I love. Like I can sit there and listen to her say, "Hello, fuck nuggets," all day long. I'm there. Like, yes.
Yeah.
What new word am I gonna learn today? Like, fucktabulous. Like,
yeah.
What am I getting?
Fabulous is today's new word. Or
no,
like
that's
the new word. That's the new word like 10 days ago.
At least.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she does a word a day. It's awesome.
Yes. Actually, it's fuck awesome.
It is. It's fuck awesome.
Yes. And yes, we have lost our monetization. Great. And we have made sure that it isn't available for children. Hello, Copa. Nice to see you today. Please return yourself over to the playpen.
Fuck yeah. What the hell?
Exactly.
It's just been that week.
It has been that week. But anyhow, this, guys, really, some other things that are here are things that Aeson has preached forever. No reading should cost unless you are Sylvia Brown transmitting through a medium, which I think she would only talk to her son, Chris Dufresne. No, your readings aren't worth $800.
No. Well, and then there's the whole issue of, and we've talked about this before, that anyone ever needed to be told this. No, don't ever take all your money to a psychic. Do not at any point pay for like a spell to do a thing and it's going to cost you like $5,000. Like, there's a lot of issues there. And if you don't know what those are, please feel free to talk to us. We will walk you through all the problems there.
Oh my
you
God.
have a reading.
Ashley. One, I got a question. Ashley, Sylvia Brown, do y'all remember watching Maury? Sylvia Brown was a psychic on Maury. She was a psychic mentor. She trained. She formed the School of Gnostics. She was a fabulous psychic. She will go down in books just like Edgar Crazy is. I'm waiting for her last 7 books to get out.
Oh, yeah. Sarah nailed it. Oh, heck no, that's a scam. If someone said you have a curse on you and I need this much for supplies, run.
Yes. All right.
Oh, and points out Montel Williams, not Maury.
Yes. Montel Williams. Sorry.
There you go.
For correcting me there. Loved her. Loved training with her. Took every one of her classes. Like, I feel so lucky to get in and, work with her when she was teaching through the Gnostics. All right. So this is my top fuck offs for if you go to a psychic reading. They say you have dark energy around you. Fuck off. Walk on. I have, in my 30 years career, met 2 people that had a curse on them. You think you have a curse on you, negative energy around you, you got cracky stuff going on. This is what you do. You get a bottle of body wash. You get some salt. You put it in the body wash. You shaky. You go take yourself a shower. If you still think you have bad energy on you, you get a red brick. You piss on it. You take it off your property and you throw it over there. Both of those break curses. Both of them cost no more than $5
For the brick.
For the brick and the body wash and the soap.
I don't know. The price of bricks may have gone up. So
I don't know. What's the price of a red brick from
But a brick. And it's a great exfoliant.
It cleans all 7 of the mental body of the human bodies. Point blank.
So Devin asked a question about Sylvia. Was she legit?
She was definitely legit until she had her stroke. And she done the exact same thing that Edgar Casey done. She done the exact same thing that had occurred with Madame Blavatsky, and that I've got pieces in place to stop me from doing. She took too many clients.
Mm-hmm.
She read too long. She took on too much work. The woman traveled 1 year. She was on the road and doing 40 to 50 readings a day. Like she was reading around the clock almost.
Yeah, that's a lot.
She should have stopped.
Yeah.
She should have said no. And this is after her price is at $800 for 15 minutes.
How?
Yeah.
How?
A lot of people want to dag her for the one reading that was wrong. And she said, I think he's dead. He's underground. Boy was being kept in a basement. Not moving. I would have saw it and called him dead. All right.
So dark energy.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Next.
I can bring your lover back. I'm bringing a lot of boys to the yard. Good milkshakes, great food. I can't bring somebody's lover back. Fuck off.
Yeah. Oh, but Ashley did have a question. But no, continuing your list, though, before we get there.
Yeah, these are my top fuck offs.
Okay.
Second, fuck off. If you go to them, you sit down, and they go, I can't read for you right now. Come back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah, that's just weird.
That's just weird.
The other thing is you pay for a $40 reading. You get there, and they're like, oh, you need another $300. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, this shouldn't turn into a bait and click.
Yeah.
Or a bait and switch, sorry.
This ain't a bait and click. This is get your shit together, sit down, do a reading.
Yeah, and I think we should expound on that a little bit. Because there is the unfortunate situation where it's a $20 reading. And then in the course of that $20 readings is, now I can tell you that for another 100. Well, I can fix that for another 200. And we can make sure that never happens again for another 500. Yeah. Or suddenly you find out that, like, you know, unless you pay them $5,000, your children are going to die, but they can fix it.
Yeah, all that is bullshit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ashley's like, I didn't know that was one of the top 3. I have a median I've used before that does that a lot. Come back in 5 minutes, I take it?
Yeah.
That would be the most logical one to me, is the comeback.
I don't know which one she's talking about, but if it's that you came for a $20 reading and it cost you another $300 to finish out your reading, or for her to do this or to do that, or to say, here, you got to buy this, you got to buy this, you got to this. Nah.
The one who makes you wait. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Wait 5 minutes? No.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Sometimes people, especially mediumship. Mediumship is a different ballgame. And here's why. I am not Mile Bell, nor am I Verizon. They don't want to talk to me, they won't talk to me. Most mediums are that way. If you're coming to talk to Uncle George, and Uncle George is too busy working over an animal husbandry because it is freaking spring and he's got a load of animals that needs to have babies and he's trying to get them all scheduled out, he will look at me and go, I ain't talking to you right now, fuck off. And I'll look at you and say, Uncle George isn't available right now, but it looks like this, this, and this. That's where you go with that. You don't say, come back in 5 minutes. The reading isn't going to change in 5 minutes. 2-3 days, you text the fuck out of him. I told you to leave him alone. You come back to me. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what the hell you done and how you pushed everything else out. All right. So Ashley's got a question and then she's got an interpretation going on.
Absolutely. Let me get back up there.
Okay.
Sorry. We're not making you wait. It's just, well, we started a topic. All right. So 8/26/96, Ashley, when am I finishing my program? I reached the major break you told me about, but I've still got 50% left. And then...
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You are looking at about another 7 weeks to get that done. Okay. Then there's some more opportunities coming your way. Work your program. Do your stuff. Take time for yourself. You better be eating, young lady. We ain't having you fainting out as you're trying to get through this crap.
All right. So, Ashley again?
Yep.
So I found... I don't think I saw any. Especially when it stacks up. Yeah. So I found out I'm a Virgo, Aquarius, Leo for my sun, moon, ascending. Can you give me more insight on this?
Okay, so Virgo, I'm assuming you're listing your sun, your moon, and your ascendant. So Virgo sun means that you act internally like a Virgo. Your emotions, your feelings feel and behave like an Aquarius. Your ascendant is how you represent yourself every day, is a Leo, which let me break this down for you. Virgos, in your mind, your life, everything's got to be in its order. It has its place. Don't fucking move my shit. Emotionally, Aquarius is going, well, technically they can move your shit as long as they put it back where it belongs. And Leo's going, how dare they lower themselves, touch my shit, and lower its vibration. put my lipstick back where it belongs.
There you go.
Okay.
Alrighty. And Brenda was pointing out some of their experiences. Oh, so yeah, this was a palm reader offered to do 1, a novena for me, 2, healing crystals, and 3, read my cards. Told her I could do all of those and more.
Brenda, you can do much more than that because a novena is a prayer candle. Woohoo. Everybody that went to Catholic school learned how to do novenas. Everybody that didn't go to Catholic school learned how to do novenas minus a candle. Healing crystals. Crystals are crystals. Everybody has them now, including the Karens, who love to show me their crystals. And read tarot cards. Honey, you've had my classes. You could read tarot cards, index cards, and probably smoke if you decided to.
There you go.
All right. So go back to reading the Ashley thing. And hello, Novella.
Okay, so Ashley says, I totally get it. That's fair. Thank you. And how did you know I haven't been eating?
Because, honey child, I can see it. You're feeling weak. Your energy is bad. You feel like you're yucking. Yep, there. All right.
So, yeah, next one up is Novella Atwood. Ready to go?
Yes.
3/16/84. Is there any chance of reconciliation for Alex and I?
Well, let's take a look here. Not gonna like this. Gonna give it to you anyhow. I feel like there's too much nitpicking and balancing out. I do feel that there is major changes coming for Alex. I do feel like you can reconcile, but you're going to have to walk away from the past relationship because this relationship is going to have to be something totally different. And I know you want to know when, and it looks like 2 months. You'll be making the choice if you want to take him back or not. But it's going to have to be fresh start, like, hello, my name is Novella. I like this in my relationships, including long walks on the beach. Lay it out there. Don't be taking any of his guff like you used to. You ain't waiting on him hand and foot, and you ain't texting him every time. Let him text you. He needs to do more work. He's a little lazy.
There you go. Yeah, Brenda, I would definitely say she picked the wrong person for the you have a curse, a dark curse.
Yeah. Novella, you're very welcome. If you'd like something a little bit more in detail, you can always reach me at my site, aesonknight.com. But you come on in, sit on down. We're going to be talking shit tonight because I'm in a mood. After today, I am in a mood.
Oh, who got angry?
Oh, I didn't get angry. I got pissed.
No, I mean, I was looking at her thing.
Oh, it's probably us talking about people getting cursed.
Yeah, probably. It's like, what? Someone got angry. We don't ever want to make people angry.
Yeah.
We're light and fluffy bunnies.
Bullshit. I am no bunny.
Oh, no, just some days are just like, why'd I get out of bed? Like, I could have just rolled back over, done nothing, touched nothing, gone nowhere. And this day would have turned out just as well. Oh, yeah, I can definitely see being angry about people being used. Gotcha. I'd already figured out who it was, so yeah. I was just like, why? Who did we make mad? Why do we have mad people? But no, that's fair. I'm good with that. I'm cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I do with light fluffy bunnies is have them to a children. I really think it's this movement of Jupiter here lately. It's been changing people's behaviors. Like, it's really hitting, Jupiter for me is sitting in my 4th house, so that's my stuff, my things. and how I deal with people and communication. So yeah, my royal bitch crown has been on all day, and it will probably stay there.
Oh, Novella says, I usually just tell them to go take a Midol. Fair.
Yep.
Fair.
So anyhow, we have this article coming out that's been screaming everything Aeson has been preaching for 10 years in his industry. Get a real name. Don't be pulling stupid shit. Have a social media platform. Put your face out there. You are selling your gifts. So that means the first part is you. The second part is your gifts. People buy your face, your likeness, your energy. And I have people out there that wants to read under a puppy dog. Are you talking to animals? Like, is my lovely Gizmo going to be your next test client? Mm-mm.
Oh, I don't even want to hear what Gizmo has to say.
Well, he tells us all the time what he has to say.
Yeah, well, he talks too much. That's where I'm at.
You're telling me. You just hear the bark. I hear the rest of it. He wants more balls, more sheep to herd. He did do something cute, guys. So he's a baby Australian Shepherd. So I saw on YouTube where they had these big, huge balls. And in our backyard, we have a little area that's for me to use for compost. But for right now, it's a pen. It's, just this little box pen area. So I got him out there. He's chasing the heck out of those balls. I said, put it in the pen so you calm down. He literally herded this big, beach ball thing into the pen.
Now we hope he will ever do it again. Because
it's getting TikToked.
Oh, yeah. It'll be too cute.
It will.
Oh, Novella's walls talk too much. I can understand that, too. I lived in a dorm. We miss nothing of my neighbors. Nothing.
So they are so smart. He has learned. I think he has a natural herding ability, which is half his problem. So we will be buying him more very big beachy balls to go in the backyard for him to chase, because he just had a ball with that.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. My first thought is he's gonna bite this. He's gonna sling this around like his little toy bone. Our poor neighbor. I'm already writing the apology letter to the neighbors. We are so sorry, so very, very sorry that our dog smacked your child in the face with a deflated beach ball. Thanks so much for understanding. I was just writing it. I was just like, oh, hey, Ben.
Hi, Ben. What are you doing? Are you working enough?
Oh,
around here lately.
Yeah, Brenda. Yeah, he keeps trying to herd the one free-range neighborhood cat that isn't afraid of anything,
including him.
This cat, if I say the words "fraidy cat," though, what you would imagine, this cat with all of its hair just straight up, just like. This is what this cat generally looks like anyway. Yeah, even more so when the two of them encounter each other on our walks.
I'm expecting Shadow to be prepared one night and just dive bomb him.
Yes.
Come out from behind the trash can and attack him.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
and that's a pretty big kitty.
Yes. Now,
I think that kitty's eating a couple.
Came out today also in the psychic news world.
Mm-hmm.
We have it in the top 5 most reliable, accurate psychic sites.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So the 5 best sites are Kasamba, best online psychics for life guidance. Keen, best psychics for love readings. Ask Now, best site for tarot readings. Ornum?
Ornum, yes.
Okay, sorry, that's the only one on the list I'm not familiar with. I've never seen that one before.
Well, that's the one Dr. O works for that requires their psychics to spend so many hours in free chat camgirling it. Yeah.
Well, best technique apparently.
Yeah. I want to talk about a few of them. Kasamba, They're really good. They went through a time when they were bought by LivePerson and had a lot of trouble, so I left that network. But it's a good network, but it's a pay-to-play network. Your psychic has to pay to be on there. Keen, of course, is my home base. I love my Keen network. My Keen family is awesome. They're freeing psychics because they're your psychic gets to control mostly their pricing. They control mostly their hours. And as long as they follow the governmental laws, they're good.
Yeah.
Ask Now is a site that people hear me talk about them paying. A site that pays their psychics 25 cents a minute and charges $13.95 a minute. This is the site. The parent company, Circle of Stars, is a crap show. They slave work their readers. They will call a reader up on the phone and go, "You need to log on. We don't have enough psychics online, and you've got an hour to log on." Orman, I've not really. They're the Camgore site. I haven't worked with them. The other one, number 5, impressed the hell out of me because it's a new player to the site, to the company, to the world. I'm a little, we'll see what you do. And that's Mystic Sense. Now that
best variety of mediums. Yeah, best variety of mediums. That's kind of impressive.
Mm-hmm. That's
Ooh. Ooh, Devin's got a question for you.
Awesome. What's up, Devin?
3/16/78. Why was my grandpa so damn mean to my brother?
Can I have his grandpa's name? Like, I just want his first name and your brother's first name.
Okay, so yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you what I get because I'm getting like 3 different voices here. I feel the grandfather was so mean to the brother because he thought he was weak and needed to strengthen himself up. So he thought the harder he was on him, the harder it would be because he wanted him to be successful. Looking at the cards, there were goals and rules put out there ahead of time for David. And he thought, and Bud, Grandpa, Vernon thought that he needed to straighten up, stop this playing around and get on key so he could grow up and be better a diplomat. I also feel like there was high standards for all of them, but you better buck up and not play with games. Like, Vernon was not even in the mood to be like nice about it. He had a version of life and you were expected to live it.
All right.
Sound right? Because what I'm looking at is very hard, very straight back, very hard working, tired hands, almost to the point to where he had to like keep lotion or something on him.
Okay. Okay. Devin was little when Grandpa passed.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Devin. But please go check that information. Yeah, but he wasn't an office worker, or he wasn't a patsy. He worked real hard, and his hands would crack in the winter, and he'd have to lotion them and do stuff for him. But go check that information for me, okay?
Here we go. Oh, Novella has a new one.
I need a birthday.
I'm scrolling. Good.
All right. Now, let me clarify this because we do have new people in the audience. The reason we have to have a birthday with every question is because the lawyers say you have to be 18. So I verify that with the birthday ahead.
Yeah. So Novella 3/16/84. When will I have my daughter?
Do we already have a boy? Okay, so you're going to have a boy, and then if we've already had the boy and he's walking, within 10 months you'll have the daughter. But she ain't coming in happy. Like, she going to give you problems. You're going to have heartburn all the time, put your feet up. Just plan to have ice cream in the house. Not for long. And after she gets walking, honey, you're going to either have another one or you're going to take in another one and raise it. And that'll be another little girl. But the two of them together, honey, cheerleading, band practices, everything else, you might as well just get you, put the heels away. I know they're cute. Get you Nikes and get it together. Okay. Read Ashley for me.
Okay. Ashley, 2696, can you connect to Genesis at all? How is she doing? Also, the gift babies? Huh?
Fine.
Okay.
She's still hanging out with them. I want to say aunt or something. And
Okay.
to play with people.
Okay. Also, the guest babies who are Earthside aren't feeling great. The doctor says they'll be fine. Are you picking up on the same?
Yes, but they need orange juice. Like fresh squeezed orange juice. You need to be kicking that respiratory system up a couple of notches there. This is going to be controversial. So if you find it controversial, do not do this. But I'd make them a little bit of tea. Don't care what type. I'd add a little bit of whiskey. Don't care what type. And then I'd give them some fresh squeezed orange juice. Because we got respiratory going on, we've got digestive going on, and their poor little noses, dear gods, honey, you ought to enroll those into the race. And also, if they will eat it, onions and garlic and everything they get, yes, you want a weak hot toddy. Like you want a hot tutu.
So no baby lushes.
Yeah, you don't want drunk baby. You want enough for that alcohol to get in there and kick out some of this infection.
All right. And then Devin has a next question.
Okay.
Devin 31678, was my grandpa Vernon the ghost that checked on me when I was going through chemo?
He was one of them. You also have an older female, the exact opposite of Vernon. Like, she is sweet as pie, never had a curse word for anyone, wouldn't put up with your shit, but you knew if you tiffed her off. Like, the look in her eye just said, shut up and go in the corner. Both of them were checking on you. Also, what happened to the blanket?
Oh, please don't tell me Vernon and Vesta. That just sounds like a very, like, couple. All right. It's probably Vernon.
Something happened with the blanket because they're showing me a blanket. Like, it's a quilt, and they're pointing out, like, different spots on the blanket that you can either feel them, smell them, or the fabric was because of them.
They were a couple.
Awesome.
Well, I don't know. I was kind of taking it as total opposite. That sounds like a couple. Then I saw the name, and I'm like, oh, really? Oh, I think we may have sparked an idea on a blankie.
Okay.
Either that or at least an interest in finding out what happened to Blanky.
Okay. Find out, figure out if you aren't connecting with it, ask your family, because apparently it's highly important.
Yeah, scrap quilts.
Yeah.
They are common. We have a few here.
Yes.
God knows, I don't think my grandmother or my great grandmother ever threw away a piece of fabric ever. Okay, apparently there's a pink one that was Devin's family's. Oh, favorite. Excuse me.
Okay. Find it, because that's what they're giving me as connection. Now, thank you for asking mediumship questions. I'm going to switch over and kind of explain this. For most mediums, this is what I call Florida or British mediumship. It's where they're going to give you things that can identify. They're going to talk about something that will trigger you or trigger somebody else that you have to pull things together. So anytime you get a mediumship, they should do this. They may not give you a name. They may not give you personal stuff. It should give you something to identify so that you can go and go, oh, this, and this, did Grandpa's hands get really bad either because of arthritis or hard work and they were just cracked and he had to keep putting lotion on it and he hated that? Or with Devin, we were the grandmother came through and it's talking about this quilt and how both of them were there. They literally are there. They also show up in pictures. Like everyone thinks they have a bad camera during the holidays, and it's because Devin's family has 3 families there for the holidays.
All right. And Novella's saying that's how it is for me. I'm still figuring it out, though.
Yeah. Novella, if you are trying to learn mediumship, go get training. For years, I said I am not a medium. I am not, there's nothing medium on me, not even my shirts. Like even when I, point blank. I started getting training because I started getting information clairvoyantly that I couldn't understand. Because for me, it's pictures. I can see hands. I can see feelings. I can get emotions. I could not get words. So I just thought I was terrible medium. I'm never going to do that. I started doing mediumship readings. Yes, it takes more out of me. Oh, honey, the universe will slap it right in your face. I will never forget. I'm sitting there doing a reading. And I literally thought someone walked up behind the client, and I'm like, what do you want? Why are you so close to my table? Get away from my client. Because when I'm reading my client, I don't want someone there. Yeah, they can actually see the dead. They can actually talk to the dead. There are physical mediums. There's one that I just love, and we've talked about him on the show. I see what they're showing me. It's like picture play.
Well, I think it's worth a side note. If you do go for any kind of reading, tarot, mediumship, whatever, please kindly ask the people you're with if you don't really want them to be part of the reading, if you're not actually inviting them to sit down at the table with you, to go find something else to do and leave you alone for like 20, 30 minutes. Because that's really annoying. Especially for the reader. To have one, it's really annoying because you have someone distracting. And 2, it's also can, I think, really screw with the reading sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, a physical medium, which are rare. There's one in England that I'd highly recommend, but you'll never get an appointment with him. We've talked about him on the show. They do what's called physical mediumship, meaning that the lights are low. They will produce an energy or an ectoplasm, and it will literally, in his sessions that he's allowed to happen there, you can physically see the person. There's another one that I believe has probably passed away that was in Roanoke, and I went to one of his gallery readings, and the lights are very low. Like, if you can't do cameras or anything there, but his guide is a Civil War veteran, and I saw a Civil War man walk through the room, stand there and speak, and the medium is sitting in a chair. Now, when that medium is done, the lights come back up. He is covered in sweat. He is dead tired. It looks like he's ran a race. I let read Ashley's question. Let's go into this.
Well, and I think I can almost answer that one.
Okay.
Ashley says, do the deceased come to you whenever or only when you're looking for them? Yes.
The deceased normally will come when I ask them to, because what actually happens, if we took and combined all the planes into one, this is what actually happens. Let's take when we're talking about Genesis. My God David goes and says, Genesis, Aeson has a phone call, a connection for you. Do you want to talk to Ashley? Genesis can choose to connect with David and therefore connect with me, or go, no, I'm busy. But Mama wants to talk to Ashley because she's been worried about her. And that'll pop in there. Okay, that is what's going on all the planes. Because what actually happens here is David stands normally here to me. Like, I do not, when I'm reading, I don't want anything here, because that's where he normally stands, on that level of playing field. I don't refer to him because he does not like me to refer to him. He likes to stay where he is. He likes to just be the dude, the invisible dude. Now, if I could teach him to make coffee, our invisible assistant would get jealous. Don't worry about that, invisible assistant, if you're watching the stream.
What you talking about? I'm waiting for venues to start giving you an outlet so we can just put the Keurig on the table. It'll save us all some time.
Everyone time. Okay. So when I get a question, when I get a reading, what happens on his field is he goes and pulls that information and starts showing it to me quickly, like pictures. If it's a mediumship reading, he actually has to go and connect with that spirit because he doesn't have access to that file. It's not part of the living files. If that spirit's agreeable, they will come talk to me. Yes, it's very short, because here's the thing. Genesis, when and if she comes back to this plane, will need Adderall. She is busy over there. She's got crap to do.
All right.
All right, so Mary's got a question, and then Novella's got a question. Let's take Mary's question first.
Okay, Mary, 11/28/57. In November 75, I came home from college with a friend for the weekend. I saw this apparition of a 24-inch ectoplasm seahorse. My middle brother saw it too. What was it? It was weird. One of my first paranormal experiences. Do tell, Aeson.
I feel what you saw was actually the spirit of a horse that was connected to where you were at the time. So what you did was you interrupted a play out of a video. This is what happens with a lot of hauntings. This is what happens with a lot of places. The ghosts aren't there. Okay. It's like they left a video. Yeah, a horse.
I just have to ask, what the hell happens to a horse to make it that, like, stock? Like, isn't there horsey heaven where, like, horses like, well, I died?
Equine, yes, horse. It's an energy link. It is not an active haunting. This happens a lot in West Virginia. We have quartz. Quartz is what's made out of computers. that means we get a lot of energy looping going on.
All right. And then we have Novella's question, if you're ready for it.
Yes.
All right. Novella 31684. When I use my pendulum, who is giving me answers?
Esther. But she prefers to be called Edna.
Alrighty.
She also says you don't listen to her when she talks to you in the car either. Yes, it can be very Pacific. All right.
No, I don't listen to a lot of them. Well, it's kind of like me and your message waitings. I'm like, yeah, it's a deer in the road. Oh, I'm on a collision course. I shall slow down. What? That's where I'm at this point. That drive back from Morgantown, let me tell you. Like, that was
drive last
longer.
night.
I'm sorry, but that drive back from Morgantown was like the Frogger of deer.
It was
like deer.
The Morgan wanted to be sure that I knew what the hell was going on. All right. So to answer Ashley's question, Aeson will begin in-person work. Aeson will be doing limited in-person appointments in my home as soon as we get it to the level I want it to be at. Because over the past year and a half, it's been pulling together.
Yes.
A Morgan is a battle goddess that is my patron. And apparently there's a lot of things Aeson needs to be doing, and she wants them done.
Well, now I have a question on Novella's behalf.
Okay.
What is Edna trying to tell her? Stay in your lane?
Most of the time, please calm down. We've got work to do. Why aren't you reading that book? You have homework to do.
I'm just curious.
We start beating up your personal self. You need to go eat. You haven't eaten all day. Guides, and then it's just chatter. Like the music's loud. Why don't you turn that down? It'll affect your hearing. You aren't listening to me. You don't get.
Alrighty. Lots of muttering.
Yeah.
Novella's like, I ate cake. That's not a meal.
That's not the amount of water you need, so you'll stop having the freaking headaches you've been having.
And technically, I guess if you turn down the music, it might not hurt. Just saying. It's a theory.
All right. So I really am impressed with some of the sites that came up.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, wine does not have water in it.
Oh, it's mostly alcohol. There's a little bit of water.
Uh-huh.
There's a little water.
That's where we're headed to after we get through the psychic news and questions. I have not had a migraine, but I am medicated not to have them.
Well, so far it's not midnight yet, but I haven't had an ocular migraine. Let's hope for that. I hate those.
I don't know. David says you need new glasses.
To me?
Yes. We need to watch your optical migraines because that's when your eyes are changing.
Oh. No, I've actually been doing good, though.
Yeah.
I haven't been near as bad. Like, God knows. Like, the end of, like, the whole, like, because I had prism in my lenses for a while. When that was no longer needed, wow, that was a lot of ocular migraine.
I can't wait till we get you to where you don't need them at all.
That's just where I'm at. Oh, or you mean glasses at all?
Uh-huh.
Because I'm like, the prism's out. I'm just thrilled with that.
Uh-huh.
But
What? You look cute with your glasses off. You look cute with glasses on. But anyhow, all right, we're going to be talking about Britney Spears. This is Psychic Hot Tea. I believe you have something ready for that?
what, Psychic Hot Tea?
Yes.
What did I do for Psychic Hot Tea?
Oh, we're partners.
Oh!
You missed that memo. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's my other half. Well, other third.
Goodness. Oh, the heat and the planets. Yeah, that'll do some things. But okay, so I'm sorry, hot tea, what?
Oh, honey, assume all you want. We'll correct you later on. I thought you had me like the whole Psychic Hot Tea graphic and some intro, right? For the Psychic Hot Tea.
Oops.
You worked for like 3 days on it.
Oh. Yeah, but that was for, okay, we can do that. Sorry, I gotta figure out where the crap did I put that? Let me just go through and do this the hard way.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yes,
Like, we're gonna be changing a lot real quick.
we're going to be changing a lot for this segment. He's off his game there.
There you go. There you go.
Awesome.
Right.
Now,
I just gotta fix some branding real quick, and life will be great. Where the crap?
actually, I'll
there
do
we go.
black. There we go.
There you go.
Awesome. Now, where's my screaming woman?
What?
You had music for this.
No, I didn't.
All right, fine. Just fine.
I'm sorry. Oh, and this is version 1. No, that's version 2. Okay, sorry. I'm confused.
All right, so what we are looking at is Britney Spears. What is going on with her then? We will when it's fully legal, because I technically need multiple marriages.
I struggle. So Brenda gets my struggle.
I know. You create lovely things for me, and I'm like, let's use them. And you're like,
What?
we're talking about Willis.
Basically.
All right, so we are looking at Britney Spears, her conservatorship, which right now is in multiple different places. We are also looking at the marriage that I think will occur. All right, so we're going to do my traditional fan spread reading. Britney is learning how to balance herself more. She has grown a lot. I think that she is not educated as she needs to do. This is all about money, where it is, how it is. I do feel her father will surrender and step down as conservator of the estate and the person. I also think that Montgomery will be leaving it. This will cause a little heat wave going on as she's trying to get everything together. And I feel like that she has what it takes to stand up. She's going to have to get a strong back. I think the judge will listen to her in multiple directions. And I also feel like once it all happens, y'all guys better watch, because she's going to take by storm. Like I feel like anyway, Alvin will come out. I also think that, because the Knight of Pentacles is the one I call the ditch digger, because he'll do anything for money. So she's going to probably do another world tour that she's not been able to do. I also feel like that we're going to look at her boyfriend here and see what's going on with him, because there's been a lot of talk about where he fits all in this.
I remember now what you were talking about, though.
Huh?
Sorry, I just remembered the audio file, and I can't even remember where it's at.
What am I going to do with you?
Sorry.
What am I going to do with you? All right, so the relationship does have a spiritual connection to it. It is not about money. He will be a very governing, very balancing force for her. I also feel like that it's going to take a lot of justice to get in there And I do feel like it's going to probably break up what this the set and standard, and it'll be in a new chapter for Brittany. He is the one kind of helping her along here. He is also, I think, will be discovered to be the leak to the camp that's really talking about what's going on with Brittany. Now, she has a lot of power with this Free Britney movement. I think that'll be transferred into some type of charity. I would see Brittany working to build some type of charity. I also think that we will see more coming out of her children in about 2 to 5 years that will be helping their mother in the business of running Brittany, what is it? One More Time Baby Enterprises or something like that. I think the oldest will probably step up first and come along. When looking at everything else, I do feel like Daddy Spears has reached his end of, okay, now I don't know what to do. I'm not needed here. He has been painted in bad light because he's had to be the bad dude. This is what's going on. Now, the mother, Mrs. Spears, I think is the one that is very loving, very kind, but very much thinks that she doesn't know what the hell is going on. When we look at it all together, I think that the conservatorship will end, but I think we're looking at about 19 to 22 months. And for it to fully end, but then there's got to be teams ready to step in there and support Brittany. Okay, guys? So that is my hot tea on the Britney Spears case. Now, is there any other boiling cups of tea I want to look at? Or any boiling cups of tea you want me to look at elsewhere?
Oh, definitely throw some other ones out.
Oh, come on. Okay, if we're done with this segment, we can go back to our other.
Okay. I swear next time I'll be good.
Uh-huh.
Hey! Don't sound doubtful. Ooh, we might have to go back.
Okay. Mary, I don't touch that one. Novella, throw it out there. Remember your birthday. Blake Shelton's new marriage to Gwen Stefani.
Stefani.
Yeah. All right. So my thoughts on the Trump situation. Understand, this is my personal beliefs and understanding. He will be the first president put into handcuffs. He better start singing and cutting deals, and he better pay his mob bosses. Just saying. That's if he's not diagnosed with Alzheimer's beforehand, as we have seen with the Girardi case.
Okay, ready for novellas?
Yes.
All right, novella 31684. Is Sunny still here on this plane?
I'm going to assume you're asking about the earthly plane as if he's still living. I do not feel so.
Ooh, yeah, that's a whole nasty gram of horrors. Miss Richardson stuff with the Olympics.
I have no clue what we're talking about.
Basically Olympian runner, got kicked out for marijuana use. After being informed by a reporter that, her mother was dead. Yeah, it's a whole nasty article. I really should have shared that one. But yeah.
Okay, Novella. Again, we're not finding him on this plane. And I'm sorry for that. But I have no other details than that. That's the only solid answer is no. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm missing information. This is why I have things read to me. Okay, I thought. Okay, okay. That makes me feel a lot better. Okay, so let's talk about that, and then I'll give my site. Let's do a hot take on the Richardson stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, bring up the article, tell me what it's about, and I'll give you my take on it.
Alrighty, let me get that up real quick.
Okay. Novella, I'm sorry. The energy from him and what I was getting was very boom, boom, boom. And I was like, okay, am I working missing persons or am I working missing animal or what am I missing here? And that's because of where I was getting my information from. And it's like, no, move forward. What term? Okay, move on.
Okay, sorry. All right, so U.S. star sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson was left off the roster for the U.S. track and field team that will compete at the Olympics in Tokyo, according to the team list released today by USA Track and Field. Effectively, what happened? So she had a runaway victory in the women's 100 meters at the Olympic track and field trials last month, and then suspended 1 month from the Olympic team after testing positive for THC, a chemical found in marijuana. So yeah, wasn't selected for and blah blah blah. They are incredibly sympathetic towards the extenuating circumstances and strongly applauded her accountability. That's what officials from the USATF had to say. Basically, this is an anti-doping situation. But Richardson said in an interview with NBC's Today Show on Friday that she had used marijuana after finding out from a reporter that her biological mother had died.
You see, here's the thing. I think that she may not run in the next Olympics, but the Olympics after that, she's back bigger than hell. Like, she will probably get 7 different medals. I don't think that she should be running this Olympics anyhow, and here is why. She's still grieving. She doesn't need to be trying to be at her top performance, carrying so much weight, and that's just bullshit.
Yeah. But yeah, the hard part on this one has been that, yeah, sort of like what Novella's saying, pot isn't even a damn drug. More importantly, we had Michael Phelps in a similar situation, effectively. It's not a performance enhancer.
No?
I don't really know anyone that, uses marijuana and performs better at, an Olympic sport, I mean.
Right.
That's not how those two things work together.
Right.
I'm sorry, most everyone I know that uses marijuana is just kind of let me have a bag of Doritos and sit on the couch for a while.
Exactly. But yeah, I think that this is the universe's way of putting her where she will do her best.
Yeah. Ooh, I'd missed that part. She's also got a ton of flack because she wore hair, lashes, and acrylics while running that last 100-yard dash.
I think she probably would do it again too, and she needs to get it. I'm sorry, these athletes, if they can pull this off, I don't care if they can run a 100-yard dash or a 5,000-mile dash, and they can do it in heels and nails, honey. Check your hair, check your nails, tell the truth. But I don't think she's ready. I don't think she's ready. I don't think that this is her time. I think the next Olympics is her time when it's the big one, and she can go out there and shine. That's also what I think that everyone else should be doing, is pointing out this isn't your time. Okay? Oh, she'll come back fighting mad. That's just how it is. And that's where she needs to be at. Okay.
There we go.
Now, Mary had another one here.
Okay.
Question.
So Mary, 11/28/57. Does Lady Autumn sense Frank in spirit? Sometimes I sense him, definitely dream with him.
She does, but she doesn't know who the hell he is and why the hell he's in her place. Like, she's already tired of the bag lady in the hall rustling all the time, and then she's got to deal with this dude popping in. She's high-strung, like prissy high-strung. Damn. Yeah, she does sense it. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So moving into the next one. What's your next story for Hot Take?
Oh, I think that was the end of our take, wasn't it?
No, we had one more hot take.
Oh. Oh. Are we talking about Czechoslovakia?
No, I don't want to talk about the Czech. Oh, yes, I do want to talk about the Czechs. Let's go there.
All right, so Romania protests outside Czech embassy over Roma man's death.
So,
Yeah.
we've heard a lot about the George Floyd situation, the shootings we have here. This is now spreading globally.
Mm-hmm.
They have now had the same thing that occurred to George Floyd occur in the Czech Republic against a Romney man doing his job as a security guard, held on the ground for 5 minutes and is dead by a Czech policeman. This is ridiculous. This is calculating. This is cold. This needs to be brought attention. They're not even sanctioning this man. Like, he's still on the beat today.
Yeah, it's a bad story.
Yes.
Like, there's just but there are protests.
Yes.
That is what has come out of this.
Yes.
So yeah.
So yeah, I got a little aggravated. Yes, there is a TikTok up. There is other TikTok. There may be that came really close from me not doing other TikToks about it, because this is like, again, in the Americas we have Black Lives Matter. In Europe we have the Romney population just trying to still fight to survive. The man was doing his job, dealing with, and called the cop to help with, because he's a security guard, someone breaking into somebody's car. But he was the one handcuffed and in jail. And he's dressed in security guard outfit. So I'm going to look and see how they deal with this. Oh, honey, it gets me warm and heated. It gets me hot and mad and pissed off, and I start spouting words that only probably the Romney themselves even still speak.
Yeah, it's an insane story. It is definitely. It's just so on its nose. Like, try to find another way to describe this without using the words discrimination, like, and
Right.
And like, because there aren't any, you can't.
Right.
Like, you had all the visual cues that you could have possibly needed to figure out what the situation was. It wasn't just like a little mistaken identity.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, and they're trying to say he was on drugs. Really? I want to see the blood work. I want to see it all. I want to see, oh, they don't have body cam footage because they don't have body cams in check. But, they also, at the same time, 2 months ago, went through and destroyed the Romney homes. Like, took a bulldozer in, started running over them. We also have another situation going on that pisses me the hell off. In America, you need to get, Catholic priests, if y'all need shovels, I got 3 or 4 out here. Y'all guys need to get digging.
Oh, yeah. So, ready to go into that one?
Yes, let's go into that one, and that'll be our last story for tonight.
All right. More churches up in flames in Canada as outrage against Catholic Church grows. The incidents occur amid ongoing reports of more than 1,000 unmarked graves of Indigenous children found at former residential schools, with the latest site announced in British Columbia on Wednesday. So that's from Vice. So this most recent, most recent story, hell, it's hard to keep up. This is June 30th, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this was about St. John Baptiste Parish in Morinville, Alberta was basically destroyed. A century old Roman Catholic church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the Indigenous people aren't putting up with it there. Our First Nation people shouldn't be putting up with it here. There needs to be calls from the Catholics. They should freaking take shovels out there and start digging. Get the radar out. Let's get this crap out. For those who don't understand what a residential school is, this is not a choice boarding school. That's all proper and nice, and you choose to send your children there. No, this is the government going in and going, these children have to go to the residential school and get programmed for the culture they live in now.
Well, it goes a level beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Because effectively, this is an othering situation. That this is where it starts. And usually words like savages get thrown around.
Mm-hmm.
Have to be educated in the ways of, the polite world.
Right.
That effectively you're domesticating humans, which is a hot bed of problems to begin with. Effectively, it is culture destroying. It is completely harmful to entire communities, entire countries of people that were in an area before some form of colonialization, colonization, however you want to throw the words around. It starts with a really bad premise. Sort of in the vein of the actual Pocahontas story, not the cute Disney movie.
Yeah.
Don't ever watch that and think you're getting history. That's kind of really warped. It's not entirely untrue. We'll go there. Disney Pocahontas is not totally untrue. It's been really sanitized and some loose ends tied together to make it a neat, pretty story for children.
Right. And we have more than 350 former residential schools in this country. Get moving. And there is a TikTok out there, and I will post this on my TikTok. I'll duet the duet. Of a bishop going, well, I'm getting a little bit of heat and it's just oppressive. No, you murderer. It isn't oppressive. It's murder. Bring those children home.
Well, and moreover, this is, decades, up to a century, at least, in the making.
Yeah.
This is a long history, because some of those schools didn't shut down till, I think I saw something like the 90s was when the last one shut down. If I'm right. Yeah, until the late 90s, 1990s. Just for clarification there. This started in the 1830s, ran to the 1990s. That's 160 years. So yeah, 160 years, 16 decades, over a century and a half. That like this occurred. These churches aren't targeted wrongly.
No.
Like they were in on this. They knew what they were doing. Like they knew what their history was. They had known what they had done, and had continued to do and cover up. I don't even know that I can have any sympathy for the people there now.
No.
Like on this vague premise that, well, that was before me. That was before my time. I couldn't have done anything about it. It's like, well, unfortunately, you're here now.
Exactly.
Like, that's the reality. This is the organization you're a part of. This is what they did. It has very strong analogs to the U.S. cases of, Catholic molestation of boys.
Right.
All the cases of that. A lot of you hear a lot of the same like complimentary statements made there. Like, oh, it was before my time. Oh, we didn't know.
Bullshit.
Doesn't matter. You're here now. This is what this organization that you're a very big, that you're a part of.
Yeah. Especially an archbishop.
Yeah. Own it. Move on. Like, accept that you are a part of this, and that, yeah, a big part of what you're a part of has a really ugly history, and you need to figure out like either how you can fix that situation, help that situation, or get out of that situation.
Well,
like, is this really
what I want to see happen? I want to see accountability. I want to see the Pope from Rome hit his butt over here and deal with his loudmouth bishops. And I want those bishops as hats. They don't belong in the priesthood. I don't care what priesthood it is.
Yeah.
The statements that came from those pulpits are the farthest thing from the Catholic Church has ever been. And I'm not Catholic. I'm a Wiccan pagan priest. But by golly, somebody needs to be getting their asses up and getting a shovel.
So, yeah. And again,
I think we will see close to at least 60,000 bodies.
Oh, Spotlight 2.0. What? But yes, it's it's been an ugly news cycle. Yeah.
Because here's facts. In the United States, the reason that children are required to go to school in one school district for at least a year, or you have CPS card, is because of the Romney cellularization. This is also why, and they can describe it as this or that, but this is also why Child Protective Services was created. It wasn't to protect children, it was to keep them in line, to get the children to the schools, to get them unsavaged. Bullshit.
Well, and it's not just the schools themselves, it's also a lot of laws.
Yes.
And this all kind of ties back to a thing we've talked about before of, like the whole reason there are certain parts of West Virginia and the entire country that, owning a deck of tarot cards, performing tarot readings, name a service, etc. There are laws related to things that are considered occult, which is problem one. That are built around either, completely eradicating people from the area, like just get out of our town, like you can't work here, to making it as difficult as possible, as in, like side door requirements that no one shall enter for a psychic reading through a front door. All the way to like barriers of entry. As in, well, yeah, you can do that, but the cost of a business license for that is 10 times a normal business license.
Yep.
Like, yeah, you can do it, but we're going to make it expensive and hard to do.
Right. And this was my TikTok on Independence Day. We don't celebrate freedom. I'm not free. I am not free to live anywhere in certain places. I am not free to, I don't dare rent a house somewhere because we don't have equality in this country at all. I'm not free to have the marriage I want in this country. I am not free to live in Huntington, West Virginia. I am not free to live and work in Vienna, West Virginia. Those are just two of them. They are all throughout this country.
Mm-hmm. Well, and there are lots of problems with that, and pockets of that, and especially just people who will gladly dig up things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of these, if you look at it on its face, like this is a law from 18, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Or it is a law from 1920. And you would think that, okay, this is a really old law. Yes, it's still on the books, which means it's technically a law that, needs to be enforced. But at the same time, it's what is the law? What is the law about? What is it really about? Oh,
incoming team chat request.
But yeah, there's a lot of this that ends up being things that we have to face or consider, from everything for events to where we might potentially want to live. All of that is an issue.
Yeah.
Now, to answer some quick questions for Novella, yes, we got vaccinated, and so yeah, we're fully vaccinated. But yeah.
But yeah, it is just the amount of legal research we have to do for me to go on vacation is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Well, or to at least know that, hey, this is the situation you're walking into. You make some choices real quick. Like, what can you do? What can't you do? How can you do it? Or potentially know that technically, that in much the same vein as, I'm sure there are plenty of areas where spitting on the sidewalk is illegal. You're going to technically be breaking a law by doing that here.
Mm-hmm.
So, make your choices wisely.
Yeah, because here's the facts. In the United States right now, the reason I own a home is because we don't have non-discrimination. I can go and rent a home and move my two boyfriends into my home and be kicked out the same day.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. Huntington, West Virginia, I can't work in. Right now, we're currently having an issue with networks that are having problems turning, not something is causing them to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And, I currently can't go to Huntington, West Virginia. I currently can't go to Vienna, West Virginia, because in both places I could be arrested. Why? Because the app turned on. That's that noise you guys heard, by the way. It was the app turning on.
Mm-hmm. Which right now, that's a problem that will hopefully be fixed. It's an unfortunate fluke right now.
Right.
But at the same time, it does mean that, like, you would have a moment there.
Yeah.
Of having to choose, because again, on paper, technically, if someone wants to enforce it,
yes,
and they could, and given the climate of, some areas and some people, you could very much end up arrested for it.
Right.
Just because you answered your phone in a public space, in an unfriendly space, in a space full of people you don't know very well,
right?
And took a call,
right?
Because what you're doing is in a really old, obscure law that hardly ever gets used. It's illegal,
right?
So, yeah. And the world's full of that. And it's full of, I do hate the fact that it's also full of people that will sit there and dig up a law that probably hasn't had a single case against using it
Right.
in 100 years, just to go after someone.
Yeah.
That's not how, personally, and this is just me, I had a very lovely boss in college, and this is a fairly quick story. I won't go deep. I had a boss in college that explained the concept of policy to me very clearly and succinctly. Policy is built around a specific case of someone's situation. That it is built with an ideal. Like this is, and it assumes lots of parts and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And typically, anytime you're getting ready to tell someone our policy is, you've already screwed up.
Right.
For the simple reason that most likely what you're going to quickly find out, like 99% of the time, is the policy doesn't apply to them because they don't meet that case.
Mm-hmm.
The problem being, most policies are written without the exact assumptions attached to it. So you have to glean those and figure out what were we trying to do when we wrote this.
Well, what they were trying to do was keep the Romney out of their town. They were trying to do is to keep people coming into their town that wanted to work, that was only going to be there for a little while. They were going to buy from the shops. They were going to sell some lovely stuff. Brenda, if you're still in the chat, please post, the comment about the lovely furniture that the tribe used to make. And I'm really still trying to research and figure out if it was my tribe or another tribe. They didn't want them there.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and Brenda even points out a law against cohabitation is still on the books, just not enforced. And that she had a cousin that had the police visit her house for cohabitation.
Yep.
Which, if you're not familiar with the word, let me explain real quickly. Living together while unmarried. Or as my grandmother technically would have called it, I'm stuck on technically tonight. My grandmother would have called it living in sin.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the old words for it. But yeah, had someone visit her house for cohabitation. An uncle and an angry neighbor called. The police were nice, explained why they were just making a show so that the neighbor would shut up.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what you would hope or expect to happen. Right. It's a really old law. It doesn't match with the times. The things that it was written, for, in a sense, are no longer things anyone cares about.
Right.
Like spitting on a sidewalk or cohabitation.
Impressive. Hi, Courtney. Welcome. How's Texas? Hope you got your, you're able to do your laundry. We've heard a lot about your power grid there.
Oh, yes.
Yes. But these are bullcrap y'alls that, police, mayors like to use. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It can certainly be ugly. Oh, Brenda's saying it was bent willow furniture. The father would make it and sell it. He would make a piece for my grandfather for letting his family camp on my grandfather's land each year. Aw.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Texas is humid as heck.
Figured it would be. Y'all guys are going to have a hot summer. Now, I'm going to warn you, though, enjoy this heat because you'll probably get some cold snaps in March again. Yeah, these are things that are crazy. These are things that make the laws. We recently had a very large we had two legal battles going on at the same time. One was in Parkersburg, West Virginia, and that law was struck down. The other law in Virginia took even longer. This gentleman opened up a metaphysical store. And that metaphysical store, he provided free tarot readings. He wasn't in the right zone for that.
And I want to look at that real quick, because that was Tazwell.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can bring that article up real quick. There we go. Because I never can remember. Oh, it was both. so the town used business licensing zoning scheme to effectively ban tarot business.
Mhm.
And I'll read that real quick. So a Tazewell County town is being sued by the ACL in this past tense now. ACLU of Virginia on suspicion of violating the free speech and religious freedom rights of a local resident. And so what effectively, so he'd been reading tarot cards for approximately 30 years. And what effectively happened is he goes to open the store. Beginning in June 2017, the town repeatedly rejected his attempts to obtain a business license, first claiming he needed to request an amendment to the town's zoning ordinance. So 2018 in February, he made that request. It turned into, I don't know what else to call it, but a shit show, with local residents and church leaders citing biblical scripture and warning that tarot reading is evil and witchcraft, and would, quote, open things up in this area to the demonic realm. So yeah, there would be spiritual consequences, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, they were basically, it was a business license that didn't exist, and that again, one of those weird technicalities on the books. It stated to run this business, you have to get this kind of business license that had inadvertently been discontinued, for lack of a better word. Because no one else cared anymore. Just go get your normal business license. It's no big deal. Except this town decided to, because it specifically stated in its zoning ordinance what types of businesses could be located in that zone. And that wasn't one of them, but it wasn't in any of the zones for that area. What he was being asked to do was get the town to amend their zoning ordinance to allow him to operate his business under a different business license, so that it would be one that he could actually get, or exempt him from the requirement that said, if you want to run this kind of business, you must have this license. So yeah. Move there and open a brothel. Woo.
All right, Courtney, I require a specific question and your birth date. And yes, you have to be over the age of 18. Yes, Krista, you can. I do require your birth date and your specific question.
Yep. Let me flip back. I thought we were headed out, but we got more people.
Yep.
It was slowing down there for a minute. I thought we had that.
Okay. We'll get this rocking.
All right, so we got a date of birth, Courtney. Now let's hit that question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, novella, it's totally garbage. It's just like, oh, you're fine, Courtney. We're not trying to rush you. We were just telling you we got date of birth. Now we're just waiting on the question.
Yep. I auction shoot readings. I don't auction shoot question answers.
Exactly.
Oh, but no, this is this crap we do every day. This is the crap when I have to. Example, if I want to go to Myrtle Beach, okay, I'm going to do a working vacation there because, I can't get a vacation. Although we did find a place I can go to and be left alone. We found that yesterday.
You're okay, Courtney. Take your time.
But no, I have to sit there and go through the freaking law book and go, okay, is there any mention of tarot readers? Is there any mention of this? Is there any mention of that? Do I have to buy a license while I'm there because I'm working in my hotel room? All right, so we do have, it's not a safe place. It is a lake that I can just go and just disconnect. All right, so go ahead and take Kristen's question while the other one pops through.
Absolutely. Christina, 92285. What specifically is coming in between Ivan and me for the next 3 months?
All right, next 3 months is a long time, so this is the hot plates of it. I think he has a job change that makes better money, so that takes a lot of stress off of it. However, you may be feeling left out or pushed aside while that occurs. However, I do feel like things pull themselves together. It's a lot of celebration, a lot of abandoning insecurities, and then it also looks to me like the relationship gets pulling together.
All right, so Courtney, let me scroll back up. 7/12/92. Are my sons and I going to be okay? And I just have to respond to Mary. Good luck finding a lake in West Virginia that is not near a mountain and a river. It's hard. It's hard to do.
Yep. All right, so let's take on this son's going to be okay. I feel that there's a lot of talk or a lot of worry going on. I think that it'll be, I know it's kind of vague. That's okay. Your answer will be vague. If you got follow up, we'll take it on. The simple question is yes, they'll be okay. I think there's a lot of talk, a lot of gossip going on. I feel like there's opportunities and room for growth that'll be coming your way, and I feel like that'll be pulling itself together. Looking at it, I also feel like either one of them has been out of contact and will be coming back into contact, or there's a trip and a child comes back to you. I also feel like over the next 3.5 months, you two start pulling together into a stronger family unit, and it starts getting a lot more clickier, a lot more comfortable. There is a lot of movement in, I would say, September. There's a lot of movement for all of you there.
Alrighty.
Whew.
Oh, Novella misses rivers and lakes. We have plenty.
Yes, it's there.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I hope that hit. I hope it wasn't too vague and didn't confuse you. Either way, if you have more, I'll take it on. Okay.
Oh, you're very welcome, Novella.
Yeah. So, in kind of wrapping the...
Ooh, Oregon to Utah.
Yes. I don't think you'll be homeless. I think, however, you may return or something gets returned. I mean, there's a lot of people are moving to Utah. I think it has to do with tax structures there.
Oh, there you go. Taxes are an important reason.
Yep. All right, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's show. Yes, this is probably a little bit different format. We may be doing this more often. As always. Oh, we got one more question. Let's take this one.
Alrighty. So, Fiery Dragon 10484. My question is, will I get pregnant this year with twins, and any month that stands out?
Yes. You get pregnant with twins. Okay, I'm going to give you everything, Fiery Dragon, since you're the last one in there. You're going to get pregnant with twins. You'll get pregnant with twins, I'm going to say sometime in September or November, because you have them in the summer. Right after that, like less than a month and a half after that, you get pregnant with another little boy. So that's where you're heading to. And I feel like that the twins are sweet, they're healthy, they're fine. The next boy after that, however, is going to drive you crazy. Yes, Novella, go for it.
And I want to respond to Courtney real quick while we're waiting on Novella. I'm having a moment, and this might be a slap in the face, but the reality is a lot of people will care. Like right now, I feel really bad for you because this is a horrible situation, especially with two kids to be facing homelessness. The problem isn't that no one cares as a world thing. Like, everyone cares. It's horrible. It's finding the person that can help, the person that can take action, that can do something. That's always going to be the hard part. Because I can care sitting here in West Virginia all day long. I doubt I can do anything to actually help you, except maybe say, if anyone's watching this and you can provide any assistance, please contact her and help them out. Because, yeah, that's horrible.
You won't be getting homeless. I do feel you making a move, and I think the move is a good move. I do feel like financially things are going to be struggling, but you'll pull it together.
Okay, and so Novella,
That's
316.
first, since I'm still in that energy field.
Okay, what gender are the twins?
You will have 2 baby girls, and then a boy.
There we go. All right, are we ready to go back to Novella?
Yes.
All right, Novella 31684. Do I currently know my daughter's father?
Yes. Very much so know your daughter's father. All right, so I'm going to give it to you in really interesting terms. Oh, she is in Texas. The mother to your daughter's father will be someone that has been in business or has had to be a single mom. She will also be dark-haired, so he's dark-haired. And I also feel like that it is weird how you two connect. Like, to make that happen. Fiery Dragon, you're very welcome. Please feel free to subscribe. And everyone, please, before we wrap up here, we're going to be wrapping up. Please like this video. Please subscribe if you aren't subscribed. Also, thank you guys for pulling things together. Yes, you and the father.
Alrighty. Well, we do want to take a moment and thank our Patreon sponsors. We certainly appreciate them and their contributions, their support. So thank you very much to our baristas, Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda Bryant, Ashley Guest, Shannon C, and Shannon D. If you'd like to learn more about us or how to become a Patreon sponsor, please make sure you visit PCSPnetwork.com. And I want to take one quick second to, without identifying anyone, say happy birthday to a certain sibling.
Yes, happy birthday. Hope it was a great one. If not, your whole year will be great. Start kicking ass.
Absolutely.
All right. And if you would like to connect with me, or if you would like to get a hold of get us a hold on Patreon, you can look us up under the Psychic Coffee Shop, or you can go to PCSPnetwork.com.
There's a link. Oh.
I would look at Max heavily because they both have the same bone structure.
There you go. Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Good.
Okay. You guys have a great night. We will be back Friday night. Now, Friday night is, for our new viewers, a different type of show. We are not this. That is Mountain Bears. That is where we talk about GBLT Alphabet Mafia issues. We also will be taking on hot news, and we will also be taking your questions. Be sure to check us out. Also, you can find me everywhere as Aeson Knight, and that is AESONKNIGHT. Feel free to like me, share, and subscribe.
There you go. Alrighty. Y'all have a great one.
Alrighty. Bye, y'all.
Bye.